I want to tell you a little bit about Dr. Nambi Narayanan, and sorry, let me say that again. I want to tell you a little bit about Nambi Narayanan, Nambi sir, like I like to call him, Nambi sir, and how I met him and how this movie happened. After Vikram Veda, somebody told me that there is a story of a good-looking ISRO scientist who had an affair with a Maldivian woman, and because of that affair, he sold rocketry secrets of India to Pakistan. He was arrested, tortured, beaten in the jail, and almost killed. But with the help of the CBI, he got out and he was proved innocent. So I thought it's a very good story, a poor man's James Bond story. I thought I could quickly finish this film. So with that very, let me say, shameful but shallow desire, I went to meet Nambi sir in Trivandrum. But when I met him, when I saw him, I knew immediately that we were missing something. Because he had a tejas, he had a power. He looked like a lion in a cage. His eyes were bright, shiny, but sad and angry at the same time. He met me very politely and he said, Mr. Madhavan, I like your films. You're a good actor. I'm a big fan and everything. But, when he started talking about the case, about all the falseness of the case and how it was such a futile case with no proof. No, brother, just sit down for 2 minutes. They can't see me. So sorry. Huh? We'll do it. I'll give you promise. I'll give you photos. So, thank you, sir. So there I started looking at him and he was talking very angrily. Look at it, how wrong it is. This is not right. How can they call me a betrayer of the country? How can they call me a traitor? That was his biggest problem. So I said, sir, I understand. You've already been vindicated. You've already been proved innocent. This is in 2016 and 17. Before the Padma Bhushan, before the compensation was given to him. I told him, court has said you're innocent. What is the problem? He said, what is the problem? He said, you know I'm innocent. I know I'm innocent. The court knows I'm innocent. But go to Google and put my name. See what comes out. And when you go to Google and put Nambi Narayanan, it says ISRO spy case, fame on Nambi Narayanan. Even now, everybody suspects that there is a possibility that he could have been a spy. He says, what did I do wrong with this country? How can I live with that? Everybody still, and he says, if I am innocent, somebody is guilty. Who's guilty? Unless you find who's guilty, I will never be innocent. And so I thought what he said had a lot of point. So I started writing a script for 7 months. I went back to him after 7 months and I said, sir, this is a script. He was very happy. He said, very good. But only this point there is a discrepancy, Madhavan, because I was in Princeton. So I said, what do you mean you were in Princeton? He said, I was the first Ivy League scientist from India to get the Ivy League scholarship and go to Princeton. And I studied under Professor Crocco. I started getting really worried because I'm thinking, how is this man saying all this? How does he know Professor Luigi Crocco, who's supposed to be one of the foremost scientists at NASA, who's largely involved with the moon mission? How is Nambi Narayanan connected with him? And he told me that he finished the thesis under him in 10 months. People take 5 years, 7 years to finish it. 10 months he finished it. Then he told me about his achievements in Princeton, in France, in Scotland, in going to USSR when USSR was USSR and was breaking up. How he got engines out of USSR when they were forbidding India from getting the cryogenic engine so that they can participate in the satellite launch market in 1994. A baffling story, which sounded to me like not just James Bond, but the father's father of James Bond. He's a rock star. I said, is it true? Is it possible? How can an Indian scientist do all these things? But the unfortunate truth is, everything was true. He just didn't think it was important to tell the world about his achievements. He's written 2 books, and that also this is not mentioned in detail. I said, what sort of an Indian is this? What sort of a man is he? And I said, sir, when did you plan to tell me? Why did you not tell me? I wrote, like an idiot, I wrote the script for 7 months. You never thought you should tell me all this? And he said, what is there to tell? They paid me a salary, I did my duty. That's all. And he also said, by the way, I also made the Vikas engine. I said, by the way, like how we make Puliodare at home, you're saying, by the way, we made Vikas engine? Are you talking about the Vikas engine, which is the only liquid fuel indigenously built engine that ISRO has, which is the only engine without which none of these missions, Mangalyaan, Chandrayaan, nothing is possible. The engine which has the reputation of never having failed, world record sort of thing, is that the engine you're talking about? He said, yes. That day I got very moved, very emotional. I realized there are two types of patriots. One that brazenly go out and fight for the country and give up their lives saying Bharat Mata ki Jai, and they take a bullet for us, they give up their lives for us, and there are many such people, and hats off to their sacrifice, and I will always as a nation be indebted to them. There's another type of patriots who put their life on the line every day, whose job and the nature of their job puts them in danger every day, who have barely any family life, who give everything they have to the job, knowing very well that they will never be recognized, never be talked about, no street will be named after them, no bust will be put up at the end of any road, but they still do their job with might and anger and passion. And that is when I decided to make this movie. I really wanted to, it took me 1.5 years to write this story, and after 1.5 years, I decided to make this movie. I made this movie for two reasons. One is the what we did with a genius like Nambi Narayanan should never happen to any Indian ever, not just any Indian. No scientist or patriot around the world should go through what he has gone through, which is unbearable. And we have to know about it. Not knowing Nambi Narayan sir's story, I think, is a national disservice, is actually unpatriotic, because we have to know why, what makes this country what we are today, this functional democracy that we are in today, what makes it like that. Very important for us to know. And the second reason I made is, as a film industry, we only make movies about freedom struggle and our mythology, as well as our, Mughal struggles, which is very good, and hats off to all those sacrifices. But there's another industry that we are extraordinary at, which is science, technology, space research, and IT. People from Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, all over India, they are ruling the roost in all over the world. When Hollywood makes a movie called Steve Jobs or Interstellar or Apollo 13 or Inception, we believe that, yeah, they are the only ones capable of doing all these rocket work, and we believe that they are the only ones who are capable of saving Earth. But we also have thousands of such scientists and technicians and technocrats who are top, CEOs in the Fortune 500 companies today. All of them. I mean, Sundar Pichai, Satya Nadella, you name it. I'm a big fan of these two people, but you name it in every field, from metaverse to Web 3.0, is all being developed by Indians across the world. They are front runners in these technologies, but we don't make movies about them. So I wanted to pay an homage to all the engineers, especially the ones that have gone from the south all the way to other parts of the world and made us so proud, so that the intellectual capital of our country, which is so important, I think in the years to come, the bigger wars will be fought because of intellectual capital, and I think India is the hub of that sort of intelligence, and therefore, I want them to come back. I want them to make India proud where they are from, but I also want them to come back to India and make India proud, because I think in the years to come, much sooner than you think, space research and interplanetary travel is going to become a necessity, and India needs to be the forerunner on that, and that is the reason I made this film. It took me 6 years. And we have done a lot of things that have been never done in any film before. Like we have shown a rocket engine. You must have seen rockets or spaceships, but you will never see a rocket engine in any film. We've shown a rocket engine, and the beauty of a rocket engine, it looks like a diamond jewelry when you see it when it is off, but when it is on, the power of it is so much that, if you're too close to it, your eardrums will burst. It's the loudest noise known to man. The second second thing that we've done that has been never done in any other film before is all the scientists have gone from 29 to 79 without prosthetics. So no beard and mustache, no false wig, nothing. Everything is real. It took us a lot of research and a lot of effort to get into that look. The reason I did that is because everything we're saying in the story is true. I don't want the public to think that just because it's a stuck-on beard or a mustache, that something about the film is not as genuine as the look. We had our teeth alignment changed so that I could look like Dr. Nambi Narayanan. We put on weight and lost weight over a short period of time without affecting our health and still looking younger. So all this research, which we'll eventually reveal when we do Secrets of Rocketry. But I want you to see a couple of photographs and understand how we looked. Most importantly, Dr. Nambi Narayanan was so good looking that people refused to believe that Nambi sir did not have an affair with the Maldivian woman. Because if he's this good looking and he's a genius and he speaks so well, he must have had an affair. And I want to show you how good looking he was. I'm asking you to imagine a very good looking person. I think he was better looking than John F. Kennedy. But you tell me if I'm right or wrong. I'll turn the lights off. And can we just put the picture of Dr. Nambi Narayanan in Princeton, New Jersey with his wife? This man not have an affair. The photograph of me while I was in the shoot. Let me actually show you my teeth. And during the research, I realized how teeth can make somebody look. That's how I had it changed. Thank you. How the stomach shakes when you laugh. Please show the picture. So that cannot be a padding stomach. And I'm going to show you a picture of me after 14 days, because we don't have all the time in the world to grow thin and fat, but we had to keep it real. So I will show you how I looked after 14 days. Now this look is without starving, without surgery, without medication, without supreme amount of exercise, nothing. Very calmly I got into this weight loss. 14 days later, this is how I looked. There you go. If you see the hairstyle, it's the same hair. Go back to the original picture. You see the hairstyle, same haircut. Go to the next picture. There you go. Okay, lights on. Period of many years to get it perfect, and being the trendsetters on that front where Bahubali has created history, I'm feeling very proud to be here today to say we did the same amount of hard work, although I wish we had the same amount of budget, but my budget did not allow that much, so we did the same amount of hard work, and I'm very happy and proud to be here today.
ఈ వీడియో మీకు నచ్చినట్లయితే ప్లీజ్ షేర్, లైక్ అండ్ సబ్స్క్రైబ్ R24 తెలుగు.